This video is brought to you by Granger Motors, where you can save up to $1,300 on a factory extended warranty on your new Ford or Ram, Jeep, Chrysler vehicle.
I'm super excited for this video because after 12 years of reviewing brand new pickup trucks, I think I have just found my dream truck. And in this video, I want to take it for a first drive, show you all the features that this brand new Ford F350 King Ranch Tremor has to offer. But also, I want to know your opinion. Would you agree with me? Would this be also your dream truck? It also happens to be the most expensive heavy duty that you can currently buy from Ford. Well, let's find out. A dream truck for me is one that can do everything really, really well. And I think this truck can. So what am I talking about? First of all, capability. This has a diesel engine. I'll show it to you in a second. Comfort, that has a huge cab. Utility, this also has a 6-foot 10-inch bed. Towing, yes. So where should we start? Well, let's start under the hood and then take it for a drive. All right, so why Ford? Why Power Stroke? Well, this engine bay is crammed full of this 6.7 liter turbocharged V8 diesel. And why this engine? Well, it just happens to be the most powerful on the market from the factory today. 500 horsepower and 1,200 pound-feet of torque. That's on paper. Those are the specs published by Ford. But it's a little bit more than that. Of course, I do love a Ram heavy-duty Cummins engine. It sounds very, very manly. I also love a Duramax, GM, Chevrolet, or GMC engine. But this powertrain, I think, is very special. We've tested many of these trucks on the Ike Gauntlet World's Toughest Towing Test, cross country. It's teamed up with a 10-speed heavy-duty automatic transmission. In this case, it has a 355 rear axle ratio, and it combines power but also efficiency. And this is why, at least right now, I'm picking this truck. And if you're just walking by a truck like this and you're wondering, all right, what's powering it? Well, the fact that this is red means it's a high output engine, 500 horsepower, currently the most powerful. And it's also a little bit subtle. And I really like that little touch. This might be the fastest heavy duty near full load run that we've ever done.
Yeah, we're 9 minutes and a little over. Go, Power Stroke.
Go. If this is, so 10 minutes would be a perfect run for a heavy duty, fully loaded.
Right.
And if we're under 10, this would be maybe even record breaking in the record setting.
And we're going to be close.
Can we do it?
Come on.
I mean, we've maintained about 45 to 40 miles an hour almost the entire way.
Yep.
And it's so close. Are you ready to hit the meter? Stop the clock right now.
10-6. 10 minutes and 6 seconds. You had to find 6 seconds somewhere.
I couldn't. This was near perfect run. 2.5 MPG. I think I know what you're thinking. You're saying, Andre, did you say this was an F350 truck, which means basically a 1-ton class heavy duty, which means it's gonna ride like a cabbage cart and knock your tooth fillings out? Well, actually, that's why I'm driving it right now. No, it doesn't quite drive as rough because I am unladen, right? As you would think. Normally, if this was a regular F350 work truck on basic factory tires, this would ride quite rough, and it won't settle down until you put about 2,000 pounds of weight in the bed or tow a heavy trailer. I'm doing neither. I'm carrying no payload and no trailer. But here's the trick. This is an off-road package. The Tremor has unique suspension, unique shocks, and I'll show you all of that in a second. It has bigger tires. Once again, I'll show you that in a second. So what that means, I have more cushion, in my tires. I have specially tuned suspension. So I'm running over, some expansion joints here. You know what? It doesn't feel that bad. It feels almost like a normalish F-150, which is wonderful because I'm still comfortable and I have all of the capability of a heavy duty all wrapped into one. If this was a dually or an F450 maybe, unladen with nothing in it, I probably wouldn't want to drive it every day. This, I could daily. Speaking about the dream truck, style is important because you gotta love the way it looks. And I do like the latest Super Duty styling, but I'm not a huge fan of chrome. So if I did buy this truck, I may have to change this grille, maybe black it out. But everything else, this two-tone paint scheme, I think is top-notch. Let me know what you think. Do you like this, or do you prefer maybe something like a GMC 84X AV edition, or maybe a Ram Power Wagon? Remember I said this truck has to do everything well, really, really well. And look at this payload number, 3,743 pounds, almost 4,000 pounds in this luxury heavy-duty truck. That's a lot. And let me show you in the bed, because it'll come in useful when towing a big fifth wheel. Here's what I'm talking about. Well, first, there's several different ways of opening the tailgate. I can do it with my key, I can push a button inside the truck, or maybe even my Ford Pass app. This truck is very tall, so I do need this. I am getting old, so I do have to use this to walk up. But this is not an 8-foot bed, but it's still huge. Let me show you the hitch. Of course, this is optional, but it's here and it's really well integrated. This is where you could install either your gooseneck ball or your pucks for your fifth wheel attachment. And the fact that this bed is about 6 feet 10 inches long, it's long enough to actually clear most fifth wheel trailers when turning. And there's more. Let me show you the wiring. Yeah, of course this bed is bedline, but I do have my lights here, and I have built-in 7-pin connector and also this advanced multi-connector that can help you hook up many different things, cameras, and also special sensors that can help you back up a very, very big trailer as well. But wait, there's more. Here on the passenger side, I have a 2 kilowatt or 2000 watt inverter, 120 volts, which is very useful. And also this is something that GM or Ram heavy duty trucks currently don't do. And I really like this feature. This is what I'm talking about. This towing package came with this sensor. So here's the plug that plugs in, and here's the sensor. And really this sensor needs to be mounted on the trailer, and of course there's a lot of instructions that have to do with this. But this enables you to use that Trailer Pro Backup Assist system and use a little knob inside and back up a very long gooseneck or even a fifth wheel trailer. And just, it's a little bit helpful if you haven't done it before. And I've never seen this. This truck came with a factory accessory to close out the front grille. I think this is for extreme cold environments and kind of keep your engine, your diesel engine, running at optimal temperatures. This is kind of cool, and it's kind of cool that Ford is offering this. This video would not be possible without our friends at Brighton Ford, Colorado. Use the link in the description below and check them out. They have a huge selection of trucks, including this one. But I want to talk about towing. I already talked about the bed, but maximum F350 Tremor off-road truck, this one, maximum towing number is 23,000 pounds. Not necessarily here at this hitch right here, but towing a gooseneck. But they did redesign this hitch for 2023, and I think it's the ultimate. Look how big these openings are for your chain hooks, and it's very strong and very easy to use. So far we've covered power, efficiency, and towing and payload capability. All really, really high. But now let's talk about off-roading. I love going high into the Rocky Mountains in Colorado and exploring new places. And this truck is equipped for fairly tough off-roading, even though it weighs a lot. I'm talking about the Tremor package. Offers a small suspension lift, offers these pretty large tires. These are Goodyear Wrangler Duratracs, and they are 285/75 R18s. This means it's almost a 35, about 34.8 inches in diameter, and about 11.2 inches in width. Super capable, but here's the thing. This truck is so big that this tire actually looks small on it, even though it is big and it is a factory tire. So if I purchase this truck, I may want to get a tire that's a little bit wider, maybe a tiny bit taller, just for a little bit more flotation over some loose surfaces like dirt and sand. But overall, this thing has 4-low and a rear locking differential, and a lot of capability there as well. Here's the height sensor I was talking about. So this truck knows exactly what the suspension height is. I've driven all heavy-duty off-road pickup trucks, factory off-roaders, on some really tough terrain. But here in the Super Duty, Ford somehow figured out how to combine a diesel engine, which this has, with a dealer-installed, factory-approved and certified Warn winch in this case. It's integrated into the bumper, so it's not sticking out. It also allows, I guess, for cooling, because this is still a high-output diesel. And it has, of course, wired and wireless connectors for control. And it's super capable. And, well, yeah, if you need the winch like this, being stuck in this truck, you might be in some serious trouble. But I think I like this because you could help others. If you see somebody else being stuck, this truck is so huge and capable, you could help others get out of trouble. And this is what I'm talking about as far as the winch controller. So there's a wireless Warn winch controller here. There's a wired one, and also a little baggy accessory, or I think these are actually straps. So all of that comes together, and it's crash tested and certified. It is expensive, but it is here. All right, so really huge toe points in the front here as well, but they're not painted. Ford, what's going on? I would expect these to be code orange or maybe red. I gotta paint them myself, I guess. This is how this truck is able to support so much payload, 3,700 pounds. It's got big leaf springs, an overload spring here. You can see the attachment point here. So you do have a lot of travel. And if you're loaded with a heavy fifth wheel, this probably might be all the way down here, but the truck should also still be pretty level. How cool is this? You can also get amber roof marker lights on this F350 Tremor. GM doesn't do an off-road heavy-duty truck in their 1-ton 3500 series, and neither does Ram, only Ford. I love this tough look. Let's see how it accelerates. I'm not gonna go take this truck drag racing, and I'm not gonna launch it or jump it right now. So we did a drag race, I believe about a year ago. We did several. We've drag raced dually trucks, and we also drag raced single rear wheel trucks like this. And Ford, with its 10-speed and its really powerful and torquey diesel, comes out on top almost always, except the Duramax has a knack for being quick as well. The Cummins has only a 6-speed behind it, so Cummins really needs to be updated. So I cannot wait to see what Ram has in store for 2025. They promised us a lot of changes, so we'll have to wait and see. But at least right now, the performance of this truck, and also relatively quiet cabin. I don't quite hear those Duratracs, but I'm only going about 45. I need to get on the highway and see what about road trip, a highway speed. How will this truck behave?
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, Chevy. Oh, here it goes. Oh, he's taking off ahead of me, but it's close. Oh, he's getting ahead of me. Come on, Chevy. Come on, Chevy. Go. Go, 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 go.
And by the way, when you're spending a lot of money, and I'm talking about 6 figures on a brand new pickup truck like this, I think you and I also need to consider a factory-backed extended warranty like the one offered by our friends at Granger Motors. Use the link in the description below. Check it out. Granger Motors factory extended warranties are cool because they help you cover your vehicle for a long term. Also, Granger Motors is the #1 seller of extended warranties, factory backed by Ford and Lincoln, so you could save a lot of money, up to $1,300. You could also finance it easily. You could roll it into your payment if you wanted to. Check it out. There are many benefits to this, covering your powertrain, your emission systems, and the rest. I want to show you a lot of the details on the inside, but before I do, I want to talk about this step. All Tremor trucks from the factory come with this Raptor style step, but this truck is tall. It's a heavy duty with a small lift, and I'm almost 6'3", and I do have to stretch my leg, and I'm getting older and fatter, right? So I think instead of this, I would like to see a power folding step, because it'll be out of the way when I'm doing a little bit of off-roading, and also will help me get in. But let's check out what's inside. Ah, King Ranch, right? What does it mean? What it means, it's a luxurious interior. It also means it's a Western motif, which is what I love personally. Let me start the engine. As soon as I stepped in, I could smell the leather, and it's quite supple. These seats are heated, ventilated, and massaging, but they also do something else. Watch this. And you've seen this in some other Ford F-Series trucks, like it first came out on the F-150 a couple years back. But this seat offers you a complete flat reclining. So let's say, I don't know, you're at your equestrian event and you want some rest. It's basically a bed. And you could do it in the front seat. You could also get massage, circular, full recovery, relax recovery. I'm not sure what all this means. I do know that, you know, it's pretty nice just to get on a hot day like this, a ventilated seat with a tiny bit of massage. There's some nice touches, like this image of a King Ranch. I'm assuming this is the King Ranch from 1853. But you do have dual glove boxes, so you have a little bit of storage in here. It's pretty handy, and also, of course, some storage down here. But I just noticed this. There's a big message here that your pickup truck is not recommended for carrying a slide-in camper at all. Even though we do have a gross vehicle weight rating of 12,000 pounds and, of course, payload of 3,700 pounds. This is quite important. I'm not sure exactly, maybe the suspension height, that's why. But I would bet you, like a Go Fast camper, sells a camper for this Super Duty, and it's very low profile, and it weighs maybe 350 pounds. So if I was to use this truck for camping, I would do a topper camper like a Go Fast. Drive modes. When I was at the Ford Proving Grounds testing the Tremor Super Duty, I was talking to Seth, who is engineering lead for the truck, and he told me everything about the rock crawl mode and the special testing that they do, and all of the validation that they go through to make sure this truck performs at its best.
We're about to do trail turn assist, so to activate it, it's just push in the middle of that drive mode knob. That's how you activate TTA.
I see.
So it'll be in standby on there, and you should see on the HUD too, it has the 2 little arrows in the direction you're going to turn green.
I see that. Okay. So let me kind of turn around this cone. Oh, I see, it's green and it's dragging a tire.
Yep.
So it's helping me. This is a big truck.
It is a big truck. So it helps to reduce that turning radius.
Yeah, let me see again here. And I guess a little bit more aggressive with the throttle, it works smoother. I mean, because it's kind of locking up the inside tire, right?
It is.
And low just gives you precision, a little bit more precision,
It
right?
does, yeah, that low speed wheel control.
Ooh, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
It's a little rocky. Rock roll mode put me in low, and it asked me to go into neutral, like it just did. And then
going back to off-road mode, puts me in high.
Yep.
Four-wheel drive high.
So you have your coolant and transmission temperature up there.
Yeah, right there.
It's just your standard default gauge. But if you go down to detailed, see how the temperature shows up in the gauge is actually. So a lot of people, a lot of Super Duty customers want to know exactly what the temperature is. But we haven't tried trail control yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So to activate it, it's going to be right here.
So right now it's saying I was at 2 miles per hour. Now I'm at 4. So my feet are not touching the pedals.
Yeah, and so there's a little distinction. Because you're in 4 low, you can have half-mile-an-hour increments. Mm-hmm. And when you're in 4 high, it's 1 mile an hour increments.
And we're gonna drop off the cliff, right?
I hope not off a cliff, but...
That was 2 miles an hour. So it kind of caught me. So part of it is kind of hill descent control, right?
Well, because we're going down, it is hill descent, but it also goes forward too, up a hill.
The only thing this truck does not offer, as far as four-wheel drive system and driving modes, is four-wheel drive automatic. Only GM trucks, GMC and Chevrolet, offer that in the heavy duty. Ram and Ford do not. But as you can see, there's so many different gauges here, including, of course, tow haul mode and eco mode. So this is what Case and I used when we road tripped a dually Super Duty F350. We were in eco mode and we got some really great results. And Case, who's behind the camera, and I are doing a long haul MPG. We're going from Michigan all the way to Denver, Colorado, about 1,000 miles, and reset one of our trip meters. There we go. Currently it says with the topped off fuel, and we use the 30-second method, 828 miles, Case, of total driving range. It means I think we have a 48-gallon tank of diesel in this puppy because it's a long bed, 8-foot bed. All right, there's a Sinclair station. So first we went about 900 miles since full DEF tank level. So we used 20% of DEF tank in about 900 miles. And then here is the final damage. 685 miles driven, 18.1 the truck says. And our average speed was pretty high, closer to 70 miles an hour or so. So let's calculate, let's see what it does at the pump. It drinks a lot.
It's a fast pump.
All right, so we went 685.1 miles, divide by 38,854 equals 17.6. So the truck was saying 18.1, so it's close-ish. This is better than Nathan and I got in the Ram by quite a lot, by about 2 mpg plus. All right, so of course this truck is equipped with a 360-degree camera system, and you can kind of adjust different views, what you're seeing next to you or behind you. This is nothing new, and other manufacturers do this as well. I also wanted to show you a couple of other tech features. For example, under features here, Pro Power on board. When I showed you that plug in the bed, you can enable or disable it here. Maybe you can charge your tools or on your campsite or even a small job site using that technology. This is something new. This is recent. You can click this button and you could send
any likes, dislikes, or suggestions about the experiences with your vehicle, and then select send.
You could actually send Ford messages. And I spoke to them about this at events, and they said they have, aggregate those messages. They don't necessarily care who you are, but they care about the messages you send, and it can be unfiltered feedback. This is quite interesting. So you can send Ford messages. It has a smart hitch that will help you with towing. This is not really new, but this is a really cool feature. Onboard scales. if I jump around, you can kind of see this green bar move, and this is my total payload. This is super helpful when hooking up trailers, especially like a gooseneck, so you can see exactly how much weight you have in your truck. And that's where those suspension height sensors come into play. Nobody else has this as far as heavy-duty truck segment, and I love that. Also, driver assistance. This does not have Blue Cruise, but it does have lane keep and adaptive cruise control system. When we do our Ike Gauntlet tests, I have always complained about lack of information, but not this time. Ford is offering digital views, turbo boost, exhaust brake, all the temperatures. Actually, I can almost not think of another piece of information that I really want to know about this truck. Most of it is here. Let me know what you think. Would you like to see something more or less? Finally getting onto the freeway. Woo-hoo. Not full throttle, still a ton of power. Let me set my cruise control system. See, it's 65 here. Okay. So I'm letting go of the steering wheel just for a few seconds. This does not have Blue Cruise, so don't confuse this with an F-150 or some other vehicles in Ford's lineup. But it does have lane centering, and on a very long trip, like the one Casey and I did from Detroit to Denver, which is about 1,200 miles, you get tired, but the truck kind of has your back in a way, because it kind of doesn't let you wander too much, and it kind of keeps you down the middle of the lane. If you do let go of the steering wheel, it will start beeping and alerting you and reminding you to put your hands on the steering wheel once again and be in control. So once again, safety first. Adaptive cruise control system is also here, and I have a heads-up display, which is kind of hard to show during the daytime because it's kind of not very visible, but I can see it clearly right now. So yeah, I would say this would make a pretty great road trip vehicle because, well, there's a tiny bit of wind noise, I guess, but if I was blasting my music, I could sit back, relax, and put about 1,000 miles behind me, even towing a very, very large trailer. I know you have been waiting for the price tag on this, what I called my dream truck, and here it is. I guess all dreams must come to an end. The sticker price is $105,210. Yes, of course, there could be some deals to be had. You could check it out and find out for yourself. That's a lot of money. That's before tax and registration. So depending on where you live, this could be a huge, huge investment. But I hope you could see it. Maybe you agree with me. It has tremendous capability, great style. I love the Western theme of this King Ranch. Efficiency, power, off-road ability, and comfort. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Check out oldtfl.com for everything automotive in one place, and also tflstuff.com because we have the latest merch right there for you to choose from. And I'll see you next time.